Excuse me, doctor. You said oleic acid?
Yes, monounsaturated C18. It's the principal component of olive oil.
Well, surely this is the basis for a therapy, then.
Wait, slow down. These are preliminary studies in cultured cells. We don't know it will work in a human being.
Well, then take the olive oil and try it in a patient and see what you get.
Olive oil is forbidden in the diet. C24, C26.
Yes, but then use whatever Dr. Ritzel fed his fibroblasts.
Exactly.
Pure oleic acid would be very toxic to an intact organism, an animal or human. It would need to be the triglyceride form, which is edible, but that's not available.
All right, then can't you take ordinary olive oil and extract the C24 and C26?
You could, but it's a very complicated procedure and it would be very, very expensive, especially to produce the quantities needed for a clinical trial.
And have you tried contacting chemical companies?
No one will tool up for that. Not for an experiment, not for something with no market.
Then you haven't tried.
No.
If we were able to give it triglyceride, then it's edible, right?
Yes. It has to be triglyceride to be edible.
Edible
Now, the
form.
problem is
Triglycerides, yes.
No one in this department can help you.
Well, then, do you know anyone else who does?
Hold on, I'll send you back to the switchboard. Ask for R&D, okay?
Which extension, please?
Research and Development Department, please. Hello?
R&D.
Yes, I'm seeking a triglyceride form of oleic acid.
Your name, doctor?
No, I'm not a doctor.
Well, then you with a company?
No, I'm not with any company. I'm the mother of a sick child.
A mother.
That's right.
And you want?
Oleic acid.
Lines are busy.
I'll wait.
Papa makes you spaghetti al pomodoro, seasoned with basilico, the royal herb for our prince, huh? Better beep, better bad, better boom.
There's really
Lorenzo, take
it's
it.
a very rare disease.
Yes.
And the most positive lead came from the
There you
symposium, and that was the oleic acid in triglyceride form. So right now, it's our only hope for Lorenzo.
Don't fret, Mrs. Adoni. You will hear from him within the hour, okay? You be sure of it.
Thank you. That's 301.
Don't worry. I have the number.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So as the swallowing reflexes weaken, he's less and less able to handle his own saliva. We'll all have to be pretty vigilant. I mean, we really have to stay on top of this thing. If we allow any of the saliva to get down into his respiratory tract, we've compromised his airway. We don't want to do that. Okay, here we go. Put your thumb over the valve, and when you no longer want to suction, just release your thumb.
Hi, it's Protochem again. I'll connect you to our Mr. Pillerman.
Yes, I believe you're looking for some oleic acid.
Yes, in triglyceride form.
Well, you're a very lucky lady. We've been testing a glycerol trioleate here as an industrial lubricant.
Industrial. Then is it fit for human consumption?
I don't see why not. It's a purified olive oil.
Without saturates, pure monounsaturated C18 in triglyceride form.
Yes, ma'am.
You're sure?
Happens we have one bottle here, 1 liter sitting idle on the shelf.
Marvelous. How can we get our hands on it?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said, how can we get our hands on it?
It's beautiful. And of course, it's entirely harmless.
Because you're talking to an Italian, it's only olive oil.
Yes, it's harmless. It's like sugar. And yet, to a diabetic, sugar can be lethal. You see, the trouble is we don't know to what extent Lorenzo can metabolize fats.
Yes, well, because it's been 7 months since Lorenzo was diagnosed. Now he is silent. He's immobile.
Augusto, I am a scientist, and I'm of absolutely no use to you whatever, unless I can maintain my objectivity.
And I am not a scientist. I'm a father. And nobody can tell me what dressing I put on my kid's salad. Okay?
Augusto, this science of medicine, you know, it's not like physics. There's no mathematical certainty. And because we deal with human beings who suffer, it can appear heartless.
I know.
You realize, of course, that any collaboration of mine would have to be unofficial.
See, of course. Now the dose, we think 40 grams a day.
No, that's too much.
Too much?
Say 30.
30.
Yes, any more than that might damage your son.
See, of course.
Darling, they're about to start.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
We're going to send this blood away to establish a baseline, my brave boy. Because today, we all start the fight against the boo-boo.
There. All done.
Lorenzino, this year we celebrate Thanksgiving a little early with a fine barracuda like we used to eat in the Comoros, huh? And Papa's cooked it with aromatic dill, huh? And now, we had this special olive oil, which Mama found. All right. There we go. Titra. All right, Lorenzo. Here we go.
There we go.
Oh, you did good, buddy boy. You did real good.
Your Auntie means well, darling. In this house, we cherish our adverbs, and I expect you to do the same when you get your voice back. Hello?
Mrs. Adoni?
Yes.
This is Dr. Nicolais's office. I have Lorenzo's results, and there's been a small drop in the saturated C24 and 26, about 15%.
15%.
Dr. Nicolais said not to get carried away. It could be a spontaneous variation.
Am I allowed a tiny squeak of joy?
We'll know more next month.
Thank you.
Okay.
Augusto, get something to hold down his tongue. Oh, my baby.
So, this is a kind of seizure like epilepsy.
No, not a seizure. It's a paroxysm. It's triggered by saliva in the windpipe.
But we suction
regularly.
Yes.
I know, but even so, some saliva gets caught in the trachea. And what in any other child would just be a cough to get rid of it. And Lorenzo becomes this scrambled chain of reflexes that amplifies into what you have just seen.
If this happens again, what can we do about it?
Just help him try to ride it out. We're all flying blind here, folks. The best I can offer is sedation.
But if it's not epilepsy, then he's aware of what's happening while it's going on.
Well, it's possible.
And if he has another episode, we could talk him through it.
It's possible, Michaela. It's possible.